Good morning, Wholeness family, and welcome to Tea Time Conversations. I am your host, Melody. Such a great day today. I'm so excited to jump into my day and feel so blessed to be here to be with you guys. Today's tea is elderberry and lemon balm. Elderberry is great for its anti-inflammatory properties, among a myriad of others that I'll be posting in the description of this live. And lemon balm is great for its stress relieving properties, along with others that I'll post as well. So I steeped for about 10 minutes, sweetened with some agave, and it smells herbaceous, almost like mint tea-esque. Tastes delicious. Tastes like a good herbal tea. Nothing fruity about it, but it's pleasant. It's almost a blush rose gold in color. And it's really, really good for you. So I love all the teas that I share with you guys, and the majority of them are for their anti-inflammatory purposes. Delish. Today, we're going to talk about reflection. Today's the last day of the month, and typically when something ends, people will reflect on what happened during that month or that time frame. It's like we do at the end of the year, just before New Year's. You'll sit and kind of reflect and then come up with your New Year's resolution. And it's a great habit to cultivate, but I'm going to share with you tips for daily reflection. Now, what does it mean to reflect? It just means to think deeply and carefully about something. In reflecting on the teas that I serve, that I share here, I am intentional about every one of them. I put some thought into it, and I think about what teas would be the best tea to benefit the majority of people. And I chose teas that were anti-inflammatory in nature because everyone has some kind of inflammation in their body from whatever, from the water we drink, if we drink the water from the tap, the foods we eat, if we eat a lot of meat and drink a lot of soda and processed foods. If we are super healthy and we exercise a lot, there's inflammation from working the muscles and ripping and tearing muscles and all that. So whatever stage of life you're in, whatever your fitness level, there's inflammation in your body. And it's a balancing act of managing that. So I would rather get inflammation from muscle sore and working my muscles than from the food. It's just the levels of inflammation can make some serious things manifest in your body. And just to be mindful of that, I have the teas here to bring awareness to the health benefits of teas and how they can help you. The purpose. What is the purpose of reflecting? It's to get a better understanding. So I've reflected, that's why I came up with that whole explanation of why and how I choose my teas, because I've reflected on it, reflected on the purpose of the show, how I can help everyone. Body with the tea, and then with the conversations we have, the mind. The explanation of the purpose of reflection is to build up understanding through our experience in the world. It's to take a step back to look at what worked with your friends, your family, what's in your relationships, what's on the job, and then to use your intuitive knowledge to kind of make that shareable to other people, to make it relatable, make it understandable. When do people normally reflect? At the end of the year. They wait a whole year. Unfortunately, even though that's not a bad thing to do, I think reflecting more frequently is going to save us a lot of pain. If you don't take the time to reflect, you're kind of doomed to, go through a whole cycle. Oops, almost spilled the tea. Companies reflect at the end of a quarter, and they go through what sales activities and what marketing activities did we do, who did we reach our target audience, did we make our revenue goals. If for me, for my events, there's a post-event meeting where we reflect on the event. Was it set up right? Was it set up according to what was agreed on in the contract? Was everything there? Did all the vendors show up? Was the goal met? With revenues gained? Just whatever it is, it's a time to look back. For you as a person, you look back on what you did right, what you did in general, what lessons you learned, and then you take that and take those lessons and those wins into the next day. So I'm going to share with you 5 things to do, 5 elements of reflection. And they're my 5. I'm sure there's like more or different ways of saying it or asking it, but I'm going to share with you my top 5. So before you reflect, I would recommend you decide on what time of the day that you'll be reflecting. If you decide on the mornings, then you'll be reflecting on what you did the day before. If you decide on the evenings, then you'll be reflecting on what you did that day. It makes sense. The point of it, to reflect means to look back. So you're looking back on what you did, what you said, who you spoke to, what you wanted to achieve that day. Did it work? So my number 1 is choose the time of day. And then the second thing to do before you start is to have some kind of a book or paper and a pen or pencil to write, because you get nuggets, you get insights. You can even have that be a part of your journaling experience, and just write. So the first thing you're going to reflect on is the mistakes you made. Let's just get that out the way and just start off with that. What did you say that you, in retrospect, should not have? Or made you gasp on the inside? Or maybe what you should have said but you didn't say? And just bring it out. Don't bury it, see it. You said something you shouldn't have said. You hurt somebody's feelings. You spoke out of turn. You spoke the wrong thing. You spoke messy. Accept it. You did it. It's the past. Can't change it. Then you reflect on the good things you did or the successful things that you achieved, and celebrate those. You got a customer. You did some sales activities and you reached potential customers. You were kind to someone. You were thoughtful. You were creative. You solved a problem, and celebrate those, because that is a part of who you are as well. Not only the mistakes, you do great things as well. Then the third is, whatever you did that day, did it serve anyone? Did you support someone? Did you meet someone where they were and provided a solution? Did you help them think outside of the box? Did you show up in your full leadership and said, no, I don't agree with you. I recommend we do it this way because everyone has that ability. There's no need to cower and play small and hide your voice. Use it. It's your God-given right. You have creative ideas just like everybody else. Use it. Number 4, celebrate. So you celebrate your good ideas, but just celebrate in general. You made it through the day, as that's amazing. Some people don't. You connected with people, so celebrate all your wins, even if you don't think they're as big as achieving a sales goal if you're in business, or cleaning out all your closet. Let's say you open the closet door and you hung up one shirt. Celebrate that, because progress and forward momentum makes people happy. It makes them feel good. For me, yesterday I sent out email. I created like a bio of myself and my company in a PDF, and I made it clickable, so you can click on my name and see my, about Melody, or you can click on the button that says Google reviews and it takes you to my Google reviews online, or you can click and see corporate clients and see my case studies, all of that. I did that, and I also sent it out to potential clients and colleagues to get business. I didn't get any customers yesterday, but I did that action, and so I feel good about that. It's a step in the right direction. And then, speaking of direction, number 5 is reflecting gives you perspective. The mistakes you made, which was my number 1, it's a redirection. It's not like for you to be speaking bad about yourself or being down on yourself. It's a redirection. You decided to put the tea bag on this side, but then it makes sense to really put it on this side so you don't drink the tea bag string. You're learning. Mistakes are just ways of redirecting you, teaching you different things, teaching you other ways. So see it as it is, not worse than it is. So tips for daily reflection. Let me say my 5 again. Reflect on your mistakes. It gives you great ideas, what you did right. It allows you to serve. It's a cause for celebration, and it gives you perspective. Those are my 5. Post in the comments if you reflect more than at the end of the year when it's time to do those New Year's resolutions. If you think a daily reflection could benefit you, and if you are already reflecting, what are some of the things that come up for you that you wouldn't have garnered if you didn't sit back and reflect? All right, my friends, I'm going to continue to sip on this delicious elderberry lemon balm tea, and I will see you tomorrow morning.